We're about to make some creamy pineapple pasta. This is coming to the app tomorrow, guys. If you haven't downloaded the app, check it out. A great time to make amazing homemade food in your kitchens while you guys are home. This one is so good. It's so simple. It's yellow squash, which we spiralize. Then we add some nice crushed tomatoes with some onions and garlic and basil, a little bit of seasoning, some red pepper flakes, and some fresh pineapple. We're going to use canned pineapple. But it is so good. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's tomatoey, it's fresh, it's filling, and it's fun to make. We got the spiralizer out. We've got the noodles ready. We've got the stovetop hot. So if you haven't, Google Play or Apple App Store, search for Produce Section Challenge, 2 weeks free. Guys, make some healthy food. Get healthy during this. Feel good, look good, live good, be good. Sending my blessings to everyone. Let's do this. All right, we've got spiralized yellow squash noodles. We've got ourselves cashews blended up with some tomatoes. These are crushed tomatoes and cashews, which I've blended in a blender until smooth. You see they become that light pink color. Here is the tomatoes, if you're wondering, the tomatoes that I'm using, crushed tomatoes. Now I'm going to use some onions and some garlic. There it is, minced onions and garlic. We're going to add the onions and garlic into a hot pot on the stovetop. I'm using a stainless steel pan, and there we go. Onions and garlic going in the pot, cooking down, caramelizing brown, releasing all their natural juices, and getting nice and warm. So we've got onions and garlic. Let's add the rest of ours. We've got fresh basil right here, basil leaves, and we've got ourselves that yellow squash. I used a vegetable spiralizer right here, hand crank, super simple to use. Just crank it, and in goes squash, out comes noodles. And we get these amazing yellow squash noodles. This is 3 small yellow squashes. It only cost about $1.49 total for all of the noodles. Could easily feed 2 people with this meal. I'm actually going to save some of it for tomorrow as well. I'm going to have some tonight, and then I'll save some for tomorrow as I put them in the refrigerator. So here we go, hot pot, cooking down, nothing in there but onions and garlic. No water, nothing, just cooking it on the heat, letting it release its own natural juices, its own natural flavors as those caramelize on the bottom of the pan. Next, we'll add in our sauce, but first let's finish adding in the rest of our onions. The seasonings I've got going on over here, I've got garlic, salt, I've got black pepper, crushed red pepper flakes, sea salt, and nutritional yeast along with some onion powder. Let's stir this around really quickly. That's onions and garlic caramelizing on the bottom of a pot. And now we're going to add in, as those turn nice and caramel, we're going to add in our creamy cashew tomato sauce. Guys, this tastes just like a vodka sauce. Look at how pink it is. That gorgeous pink color from the blended up cashews, completely blended with tomatoes. So make sure you get it all in there. So we're going to shake it around. We're one-handed cooking. There we go. Now let's stir this around. You can hear it sizzling away. That's caramelized onions, caramelized garlic, cooking with some cashews and some tomatoes. Oh yeah, it's hot. Okay, let's turn that down. Let's season. First thing we're going to add in is a little bit of nutritional yeast. Here's nutritional yeast. I'm almost out of it, but we're going to add a little bit of nutritional yeast as we season our sauce. A little bit of nutritional yeast. Then let's add in a little bit of onion powder. Here's our onion powder. Onion powder. Let's see if I can get it to come out. There we go. Onion powder. Let's add in a little bit of garlic salt. I'd usually use garlic powder when I'm actually out of garlic powder. So we're going to use some garlic salt. It'll do the trick. Garlic salt. And now we're going to add in some black pepper. Here's our black pepper. So we're going to add that in there, black pepper. Right now we're making the sauce. If you're just joining us, we're making this creamy, delicious sauce. We're going to add in a little bit of red pepper flakes. Don't add too much of this. This is spicy. So just add a little kick to balance out the sweetness of the pineapples. Then we're going to add in a little bit of salt. So just a little bit of salt, not too much, just a pinch. And we're good to go. So now we're going to stir it around. We've got all of our seasonings going in there. We're also going to add in some fresh basil in just 1 second. So red pepper flakes, garlic powder, onion powder, nutritional yeast, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of black pepper, cooking down in a pot with caramelized onions, caramelized garlic, and tomatoes blended up with cashews. That's what we got going on in the stovetop. It's nice and hot in here. All right, let's add in some fresh basil leaves. Here's our fresh basil. There it is, fresh basil. We'll let that cook down in there too, release its own natural flavors, give it that nice, rich basil flavor. So let's add in the rest of our basil. Here we go, basil leaves, fresh, cooking down. Oh yes, huge pot of sauce, creamy sauce. It's bubbling hot. I got sauce flying everywhere. Oh, it's smelling good in here. Guys, when you blend up roasted cashews with tomatoes, it makes this a la vodka sauce, this pink sauce, this incredibly sweet and creamy and savory sauce. It's so hard to explain it. The first time I did it, my mind was blown. I couldn't believe that I wasn't eating a cream sauce. It was just cashews. It tastes so rich and so flavorful, and it's absolutely wonderful for you. It's not high in cholesterol. It's not high in all these things that you can have problems with, the cream, the dairy, and all that sort of stuff. It's just cashews and tomatoes blended up to make the perfect combination of flavorful goodness. It is awesome. So that's what we got going on here. We got our little pink sauce. We got our pink sauce cooking. We've got our basil starting to slowly immerse into the pan. So we'll let that all cook down. It's on low heat now. We'll let that basil slowly simmer. I didn't want to cook the basil too much. Still want it to be pretty fresh, just enough to release some of its natural basil juices. Then we're going to add in our pineapple. This is the step everyone's going to be like, whoa, what is he doing? This guy's lost his mind. He's adding in pineapple. So we're going to add in some pineapple in with our sauce. We're going to add in some pineapple. The pineapple is going to add that sweetness. Red pepper flakes will add a little bit of spiciness, but I added so little that it's not going to make too much of a difference. This is going to add in our sweetness. Now we're going to have sweet, creamy vodka sauce. If you guys are pineapple pizza people, if you're a pineapple pizza person, this is the meal for you. If you're not a pineapple pizza person, well, you might just be surprised how good this is, or you might just be saying, what is he doing with those pineapple chunks? Marley's lost his mind. The virus done got him. The virus done got him. Marley lost it. He's putting pineapple in pasta. All right, let me put this on the stovetop. Let me get the noodles cooked down a little bit. Hold on a second. Let's get this fired up. Let's add some of our noodles in there. Actually, do we have enough room in that pot for noodles? We need another pot. Hold on a second. We got a lot of noodles here. Look at all these noodles. All right, let's do it. We'll do it. Here goes those noodles. Look at how stringy they are. Oh man, that one noodle is so long. This is the world record holder for longest noodle ever. This noodle, whoa, look at the size of that noodle. All right, let me go back and get these noodles. We're gonna go get all these noodles. We're gonna add them all into a pan. We're gonna cook them up real quick, soften them, tenderize them. Then we'll add them to a bowl. We'll top them with our creamy pineapple tomato sauce, and we'll call it a day. Oh yes, there they are. Noodles going in a pan. We'll cook these down just for a minute or two. It doesn't take very long. There they are. The noodles cooking down. These are yellow squash noodles, spiralized. I peeled them, then I spiralized them. It's so easy to do, guys. It takes you a matter of minutes. You can get these hand cranks for like $9.99. I've seen them for like $5. They're so cheap, guys. You can buy them online, Amazon, Walmart, wherever you want to get one. You can even find them at TJ Maxx. All right, there we go. We've got our yellow squash noodles going on in the pot. Last thing we're going to add to this sauce, just a hint, just a tiny little pinch of agave. Just a little bit of sweetness to the sauce, literally the tiniest little bit. So that's to finish off the sauce, a little bit of sweetness. This is on low heat right now. This is pineapple basil, all those seasoning nutritional yeast, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, little red pepper flakes, and some pineapple chunks going on in this with some fresh basil. Look at how good that is. Let's turn that off. Look at that sauce. Look at this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, people. Look at this sauce. Steaming hot. Look at how pink it is. That's the cashews and the tomatoes blended up until they're the perfect combination of sweet, creamy vodka sauce. We've got that going. We've got our noodles going on over here. Yellow squash noodles spiralized. I got to get a spoon for those. All right. Let's grab another spoon and let's mix them around. Okay, we're going to grab another thing. How's everyone doing? Are you guys doing all right? I hope you guys' friends and your families are all safe, and I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope you guys, if you've fallen off the wagon in the Produce Section Challenge, I hope this is an opportunity for you to get back on. I hope this is really a time for you to focus on your health and the well-being of yourself and your family, and I hope you're able to spend some time on that. Okay, let's stir this around. Let's stir this around. We're going to steam these down just for 1 second. Again, I'm cooking these with nothing in the pot. I just want to get these nice and soft and tender. Once these noodles are tender, don't worry, they have their own juices, their own waters, which will get released. That'll make them nice and soft, and then we'll add them into the bowl. And once they're in the bowl, we'll top them with our delicious creamy pineapple sauce, our pineapple sweet cashew vodka sauce that we just made in a matter of minutes. That's absolutely awesome. Probably one of the best sauces you'll ever have in your entire life, right here with those sweet pineapple chunks and that delicious fresh basil and those amazing cashews tossed with tomatoes blended up until perfect. All right, let's keep stirring this around. We're stirring it around. We're cooking with our left hand, people. This is some left-handed cooking. You can see the natural waters and the natural juices from the noodles being released by themselves. You don't even have to do anything. I didn't even add any water to the pan. I'm just letting them cook by themselves until they tenderize, until the vegetables are nice and soft. Once they're soft, then I can add them into the bowl, and I'll be ready to top them with our sauce and have an awesome meal. Here it is. Look at that. Super cheap, super affordable, super simple, super filling, and super nutritious. This is the way to eat, guys. This is the way to eat. You can batch cook. You can make this. You can put it in the refrigerator. You can make this. You can put it in the freezer. I know a lot of produce sections are starting to run out, but the last few days there were a lot of produce available. There was a lot of produce available in the produce sections of the grocery stores. I went to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and Ralph's. I went to all 4 grocery stores just to see the produce sections, just to see how it was. The shelves were empty. Dry goods were gone. Frozen goods were gone. But the produce sections were pretty untouched. I know that's different all throughout the country. A lot of people are posting that their produce sections are empty now, and they were a little bit less today. But throughout the course of the last few days, their produce sections had more available food. So if you're thinking fresh food is going to go bad really quickly, remember, guys, you can batch cook and you can freeze. And you can make food like this and you can freeze. So don't forget about that. You can make lentil chili. You can make 5-bean chili. You can make minestrone soup. You can make all these different meals and you can freeze them, and you'll be just fine. And you can save those for weeks in case something were to go wrong. So in a situation like we are in now, where there's all these food shortages and all this stuff going on, where people are running to the grocery store and buying everything and hoarding things, you can buy things and you can freeze them. So don't look at fruits or vegetables necessarily as being not a good choice. They're actually a great choice. You just have to have a freezer, or you have to have the ability to know what to do with them when you have them. And we're not in a food shortage. There's still tons of food coming to the grocery stores, so don't panic, don't worry, don't stress out. It's going to be okay. But I just want people to know that there is things you can do with the fresh food if you have it available. If you don't have it available, buy the rice, buy the beans, and the things that I mentioned yesterday. But I just want people to be aware about that as they're running around, and if you're scared, or if you're afraid, or if you're frightened, or if you don't have a lot of food on hand, wake up early, go to the grocery store, or order on Instacart, or order off one of the Amazon delivery and get it delivered to you. But don't limit your fruit, don't limit your fresh vegetables, don't limit the healthy food. Don't eat unhealthy just because it's a time when you would think that maybe won't be able to stay fresh, or that won't be able to stay a long period of time, because we can freeze it. So there's lots of different things we can do. All right, let's take our noodles and let's add our noodles into our bowl. Here we go. We've got our noodles going in our bowl. Let's scoop the rest of these out. Oh yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. That one long noodle is still hanging out. Look at how long this guy is. All right, let's add it on in there. So we've got ourselves some nice warm and tender noodles. You can see how tender they got. And we'll add those into our bowl, and now we're going to top them with our sauce. So here we go. Let's add some sauce on in there. Some pineapple chunks and some delicious fresh basil, and some awesome creamy cashew vodka sauce. So I'm going to pour that right on top. Here we go. Sauce is getting placed right on top of our noodles. Look at how good those look. This was 3 small yellow squash. We're topping with some really delicious vodka sauce with some pineapples. I'm calling this sweet creamy pineapple sauce. All right. Look at this meal. What a meal. What a meal. Oh, this is good stuff right there. Oh, yes, people. Look at that. Look at how good that is. Steaming hot. fresh as can be. We've got pineapple chunks tossed in a creamy cashew vodka sauce with fresh basil, garlic, and onions, which we caramelize on the bottom of a pot. Then we added in our onion powder, garlic powder, red pepper flakes, nutritional yeast, a little bit of sea salt and black pepper. And then we added some spiralized yellow squash to a pan and cooked it down until it was soft. And now is our bed of noodles, which we just topped with our creamy pineapple sauce. Oh, yes. Yes. It's awesome, guys. Eating healthy can be so affordable. It can be so simple. I bought all this stuff today. Everything in this I bought today. I found the cans. I think there was like 2 cans of crushed tomatoes left. It can be so easy to eat healthy. It's so simple. Now you got a little bit more time on your hands. Maybe count it as a blessing, an opportunity to reflect upon your health and your well-being and the well-being of your family. Maybe you get an opportunity to spend a little bit more time with your kids and your grandkids. Maybe you get to spend a little bit more time focusing on eating good food and healthy food and checking in with yourself and seeing where you're at. Time is so quick. Life is so quick. Things pass by so fast. And I know there's a million bad things occurring out of this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive or unaware of the circumstances and situations and the hardships that a lot of people are going to face because of this, as a result now and as a result later on because of this. But on the positive side, maybe it's a time to focus on the thing that is always and has always been the most important, and that's our health and well-being. All the money and all those sorts of things, I know they're super important, but if we're not alive, what does it really matter? If we don't have our health, what does it really matter? So focus and cherish your health and focus and cherish your happiness. Maybe sit down and take a second, take a deep breath, and think about what is really the most important thing to you right now. Like, what is it that really matters? You know, I had a big wake-up call when my father was in the hospital and I saw him so sick, hanging on for his life. And I started to think about, like, man, that's what matters. You know, my dad, that's what matters. None of this other stuff, working 20 hours a day, working 22 hours a day, and all these stuff. Like, it's important, don't get me wrong. We got to feed our families, we got to feed ourselves, we got to pay bills, we got to do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you in that bed, and that machine keeping you alive. And the question is, are you going to focus on yourself before you get to that point, or are you going to let that point come sooner than later? So check in with yourself. Ask yourself, are you at where you want to be with life, with your health, with your well-being, with your wellness? And you got to ask yourself, am I doing everything I can to protect myself? Am I doing everything I can to protect myself? Not only now during this occasion that we're battling these diseases, we're battling this epidemic, but am I doing everything that I can to protect myself outside of these times? Was I doing everything that I could to protect myself beyond this 6 months ago when we weren't worried about this? Was I doing everything to protect my heart? Was I doing everything to protect my health? Was I doing everything to protect my well-being? Was I thinking about my future? Was I thinking about my children's future because they want me to be around, or they want me to be a grandmother to their children, or to be a great-grandmother to their children? You just got to think about that sort of stuff. So please check in. Take this as a time. It's not as a bad time. Don't freak out. Don't get scared. Don't be afraid, but use this as an opportunity to maybe check in with yourself and ask yourself, am I where I want to be with my health? Is my health my number one priority? What can I do to better my health? And what can I do to better my family's health? And I think you'll end up walking away from this whole thing better off than you were before it started. And a lot of people are going to walk away in a hard place. And a lot of people are in a hard place. A lot of people are going to get laid off. And that's a terrible thing. A lot of people are going to have a really hard go for the future right now. But you got to check in on what's the most important thing. If your priority is your health, you're going to be okay. If your priority is your well-being, you're going to be okay. If you value yourself and your well-being, everything will be all right. All right, let's take a bite of this really quick. And it's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's easier said than done. All right, let me take a bite of this. Let's take a bite of this. We're going to get some pineapple. We're going to get some sauce. Easier said than done. I know some people are probably watching this and they're like, man, what's he saying? It's so hard right now, but it's okay, guys. Trust me. The biggest thing right now that's causing, a lot of problems, and there is something dangerous out there, but it's the fear. It's this fear
the unknown, the fear of what's going on out there. We're so afraid that it's causing, so much shortage on supplies and all these things that could be avoided, but we're dealing with these out of fear and making irrational decisions and doing things impulsively. And I think we just need to take a second. We need to take a second to think and take a second to decide what is the best steps forward for ourselves, for our families, and for the society as a whole. Okay, let me take a bite of this. That is so good. That is so good. I already knew that sauce was so good. And I'm a pineapple pizza guy, people. I'm a pineapple pizza guy. So of course that's good. It's like sweet and creamy. It just tastes like cream sauce. It tastes like it's buttery, creamy sweetness and pineapple-y. And it's so good. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second, one more bite. Uno mas. Hold on a second. We're doing one more. Here we go, one more. One more just because it's so good. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. It's so perfect. Oh my goodness. It tastes like pineapple pizza. It's so good. It's like, oh, you guys are going to love this one. It's so simple. It's yellow squash noodles tossed in a bowl with some creamy pineapple sauce. It's tomatoes blended up with cashews, with onion powder, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, sea salt, black pepper, fresh basil, pineapple chunks, a little bit of red pepper flakes, tossed in a bowl. Oh, it is everything you could want. It is so good. It's so simple. I hope you guys love it. It's going to be on the app tomorrow. I'm going to upload it tomorrow so you guys all have access to it. If you haven't downloaded the app, you can download it above. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you guys, I wish you guys health and happiness. Sending my prayers, my thoughts and prayers go out to every single one of you guys, not just you, but your friends, not just your friends, but your families. I know this is a hard time. I know a lot of people are scared. I know a lot of people are afraid, not only for their own health and well-being, but also for their financial futures and their immediate futures. And there's a lot of uncertainty, and we're not used to uncertainty. And it's just a crazy time. And I hope that this brings a little light. I hope this brings a little smile to your face. I hope that you control the only thing that we can control. I've been saying this for 3 years now, every single day. I tell you guys, there's diseases we can't control. There's things we can't control. There's jobs we can't control. There's financial things we can't control. The only thing that we truly, genuinely have control over is what's on the end of our fork. It's what goes inside our bodies. That's what we have control over. There's so many other things that we can't control. There's so many things we want to control, but we can't control. So please make sure you focus on controlling the things that you can, and that's putting in fresh food and fresh fruits and fresh vegetables and giving yourself your best shot to be healthy. Eat well. Take care of yourself. Focus on yourself more now than ever before. Eat the fresh fruits. Eat the fresh vegetables. Eat meals like this because they're so good. They're so flavorful. They're so decadent. It's going to taste, you're not going to be missing out on flavor at all. If anything, you're going to get more flavor than you've ever had before. And you're going to put yourself at the best chance. You're going to know at least at the end of the day, you're going to say, you know what? I gave it everything I had. I ate healthy. I ate well. It's affordable too, guys. Guys, if you eat this way, you save money. I don't know how else to explain it. I've been to the grocery store. I've shown you the prices of every single item in the grocery store. I've walked you through how cheap this is. This is by far the most affordable way to eat. By far the most affordable way to eat. Not even close. So if you want to save money, buy the fruits and vegetables. If you want to live healthier, buy the fruits and vegetables. If you want to control your destiny, buy the fruits and buy the vegetables. All right, guys, and I know I'm going to go out to the grocery store tomorrow. There's going to be no fruits and vegetables because everyone's going to go buy the fruits and vegetables. And you know what? That's okay. If you're getting healthier, your family's getting healthier, then I'm all about that. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. Know I'm here with you guys. Well, I'm in my little quarantine thing, I guess, in my home with my little fruits and my little vegetables. But they're good friends. They're good friends. I've been with fruits and vegetables for the last 3 years. So, talking to the bananas. Oh, hey, Mr. Banana, how you doing? Just kidding. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day. I wish you guys the best.